We're going to be going over the app that I use to do the nutrition side of our training, which is called Nutracheck. I've just got it on the screen here, so if you kind of follow through, you'll know exactly what's going on as I'm talking about it. When you download the app, you'll be asked a bunch of questions in regards to kind of like your height, weight, goals, etc. If you answer those questions and choose the options that seem most relevant to you, it'll set you up with your nutritional goals based on that information. We'll be changing that information and setting up your macros and numbers we're aiming for to hit ourselves over the coming days and weeks. So don't worry too much about the numbers that it gives you because they won't be perfect, and we'll be sorting those things out. This also means that when you're initially tracking your foods, you might go over or under the numbers that it's given you. Don't worry about it. We're not interested in those exact numbers. I just need to get your tracking numbers from the things you're eating, and we can make changes based off that. What we are going to do is track your foods over the coming 7 to 14 days, and then I'll be able to kind of get a log of exactly what's going in and an understanding of where you're at with your nutrition and what needs to be made. So when we jump in the app, it's going to look something like this. Obviously, yours might look a slight bit different than mine in terms of the layout, but it's going to look very, very similar. Let's run through how to add some foods, where you'll find certain pieces of data, and then how we generally use the app and how I'll be helping you kind of go through your nutrition. The app has two main ways of logging food. You've got a manual search and you've got a barcode search. Let's log something for breakfast and you can kind of go through and see exactly what we're going to do. So for breakfast, I'm going to have 3 medium eggs scrambled in some 1 cal spray. I'm going to have a glass of orange juice, and I'm also going to have a pink lady apple on the side. So first what we're going to do is we're going to click on the plus symbol over at breakfast. So if I click on here, it's going to potentially have some of the recent searches. Obviously, I've got some stuff there based on the things I've had. But what I'll do is I'll do it blank as if we've never done this before. So we're going to search for scrambled egg. So if I click on there and go scrambled egg. Got a few different options there. We're going to do the one that's made without milk or fat because we're going to add the spray that we've got in there. So I'm going to click on that scrambled egg, and then from there I can choose what we've had. We've had 3 eggs. We have medium eggs. So if I click on the medium down towards the bottom there, where it says 1 times, I'm going to click on that, and that gives me the option to add however many eggs. We've had 3 eggs, so I'm going to add 3, and then from there, that's going to give me how many calories and matters of protein that are in there. I'm going to add it to my breakfast by pressing the plus button. Next, we're going to add the 1 cal spray. So I'm going to go on the plus. I'm going to search for 1 cal fry light. How many sprays did we have? Let's say we had 3 sprays. So we're going to click on there, go 3 sprays, add it to our breakfast. After that, we said that we had some orange juice. I'm just going to search for orange juice from Aldi. So Aldi, Aldi, orange. Lovely. And we had a glass, which was 250 millilitres. So you can see there we've got options of what they are. You can add your specific weight in there as well. So we're going to enter specific weight. We're going to put 250 and press go. Don't worry about whether it's grams or millilitres. They work out the exact same thing. Go for breakfast, add towards it. And then the last thing we did was a pink lady apple. So I'm going to go add breakfast. I'm going to search for pink lady. There you go. Don't worry too much about the weighed with core or weighed without, because it'll just give you an option how big the apple is. So if we go weighed with core, and then you can just choose medium apple. So from there, we've got our breakfast all logged in. You can see now I've got all those. It's given me how many calories we've had, which is 371 calories for those 4 items, as well as 20.9 grams of protein. I like to keep the option for the protein as the main thing that's tracked. You can click on where it says 20.9, slightly above it where it says Prot G. You can click on that and it's got the main option of which one you want to track. Generally, most people are lacking in the protein, and that'd be something that we want to track, so we can track that. You can obviously choose whatever one you want, but protein's usually the best one to go for. You can also add the intake of water that you're having down at the bottom. It can be a little bit of a ball ache because it asks you in glasses, and glasses is a really weird measurement rather than milliliters. So what I generally say to people is if you can just try to get between 2 and 3 litres of water a day, you're going to be in a really good position. You'll basically go through this process, adding your lunches, your dinners, your snacks, and everything as we go through. It's really important to be as accurate as we can be with our nutrition, because we need to be in a calorie deficit to elicit the fat loss that we're after and to make any of the body changes in terms of body composition. And there's a lot of things that catch people out. So things like sauces, oils, spreads, and meals out. So let's go through those things. As an example, mayo is not necessarily a bad food, but kind of full fat mayo will contain a lot of calories and fat. So it's very important that you weigh out these things when you're using them in your meals, same as oils, same as spreads, same as sauces. The best way for you to go about this is by putting a tub of butter or whatever you're using on the scale and zeroing it out. And from there, using however much you're going to use and then re-weighing the item, and it will come up with a minus amount of grams. So let's say you use 30 grams of mayo, it will come up as a minus 30, and you know that you've used that. It's so much easier doing that than kind of like trying to spoon out and put the spoon on the scale and do some craziness. Just weigh the thing, take whatever you're doing out of it, spread it on your toast, do whatever, weigh it again, jobs are good 'un. When we come to eating out, it can be very, very difficult. The best way you can do things is by just guesstimating, by having a search through there and just choosing the best option that kind of fits most relevant. You will get a lot of dodgy readings, and unfortunately it's just one of those things because all kinds of oils and sauces and things are used that you don't have a control over and you don't know about. If the place you're eating out has a menu, that would generally help you. You can also go and search through some of the ones that are logged in here, because there are some restaurants that you can kind of go through and choose. So there is a place we can do that. I'll show you on that now, where the pie chart is in the top right. If you click on the 3 lines underneath it, it's going to bring you up with your diary options. There's an option there called eating out. If we click on eating out, we're going to have a bunch of places. So let's just say that we were eating out in Nando's. You can click on restaurants, and then from there we can scroll all the way down to Nando's, and then that's going to give you the options for there. Let's say we had a beanie patty. Bam, that's going to give you the thing on there. It might not give you the full actual rundown of exactly how much like protein and other things are in there, but it'll give you the calories, and that's one of the best ways we can kind of judge on things as we go through. Obviously on there you can add it to your lunch, dinner, whatever you want to add it to. Couple things. There's a really easy way to get a visual breakdown by clicking on this pie chart at the top of the screen. That can be really useful if you want to track your overall day. So I've only obviously put the breakfast in, but let's say I put all the meals in. If I click on the pie chart at the top, that's going to give you a breakdown of exactly kind of what your day looks like as you go through. Can be useful to just check where you're at if you don't want to kind of look through all the different options on the side menu there. Finally, back on the diary options, there's 2 features that we'll use a lot. The first one is going to be the share diary, which is down at the bottom. So if I click on there, you can see towards the bottom where it says sharing, share diary. Over the weeks, you'll be firing your diary over to me so I can see what you've been eating. We can link our Nutrachecks up so we can use that instead of having to fire it over. But I do generally like some people sending it over because it gives me a big kind of printout list of exactly what everything looks like, which is easier than me having to go manually day by day and see what's going on. So all you would do is you click on the share diary, and then from there we'll do either the 7 or the 14 days. You can click on the share options, and then from there you can obviously send it to me on WhatsApp. I'll be able to check through it and see what's going on. The last one is going through the nutrient goals option. So I'll go back on there. Nutrient goals is just under settings where it says nutrient goals. If you go on nutrient goals and then scroll down to the bottom, there's going to be something that says set my own goals. From there, you can set up how many calories you're going to be eating, exactly how many carbs, fat, protein. I'll be giving you those numbers after we've gone through our initial tracking, and this is where you'll apply this. I'll also show you a video of me actually going through it for you individually so you know what's going on. But if I was to click on set your goals, from there I can adjust the numbers to bring out whatever I want after you've put those numbers in, obviously making sure that they're correct and that the actual kind of carbs, fats and protein add up to the amount of calories. It'll sort you out with that, and I'll make sure it's correct anyway, so you don't need to worry about it too much. We can go down, apply changes. You just click on the tick box and then press confirm, and that would be your new calories set up. That should be everything you need to know about the app in terms of our nutrition. Logging can be a bit of a ball ache when you first start, but it's incredibly important to get this part right. It's just the real difference between making the changes and making changes that last. It's really easy for someone to just be in a like eat better or eat less, move more. But the sustainability comes from us knowing exactly what's going on in terms of the foods that are going in your body and being able to manipulate your diet to bring about those changes. When we know that, it equips you with the knowledge and the skills to be able to lose fat and keep it off for good, rather than just eating less, moving more, and then either kind of getting the results you were aiming for or hitting a roadblock and not really knowing what to do and what to change. When we do this, we know the exact numbers and how we can progress from then on. If you have any questions on anything, please just let me know and we can run through it.